I'd like to say good morning, St. Louis, Chi-Town's in the house, Alabama, Georgia, the Bahamas, New York, Florida. There's so much that we need to talk about. And I'm going to take my time and I'm going to try to get you to understand why I think the way I think. And hopefully, if we can all come to the realization and understand that there's a deeper level of thought that's there for us to achieve, we would seek to achieve that level of thought. Because if we don't, everything's going to continue to flow as it's flowing, and it's flowing literally downhill. Nothing's changed. We still have wars. We still have rumors of wars. We still have hatred. We still have racism. We still have despair. We still have murder. We still have rape. We still have pillage. We still have our young children being sexually abused. And those that are young children eventually become adults. And the scars that they had with them as a child remain with them until they leave this world. We must begin to understand why we haven't yet reached a higher level of awareness and cognition to be able to understand that we have been following deception. I'm going to say some things that might more so tick some of you off, but you must begin to become open-minded and think outside the box that held you captive before your dad fertilized your mother's egg. And the same thing that happened to your mother before her dad fertilized her mother's egg, and vice versa, and so on and so on. We are unfortunately in trouble. However, we're in the position to where we can literally reverse the laws of thermodynamics, entropy. In other words, we can reverse the chaos and disorder, the gravitational pull that's keeping us confined to the earth, which is a vibrational sound. We can reverse it. And as a result, we can in turn bring heaven, as they call heaven, which is space at absolute -273.15 Celsius, down to earth. Because technically, in all honesty, there is no space as you know space. It's all in your mind. Your mind is so powerful, but yet you don't realize it's as powerful as it is because you haven't yet awakened. You're still in a sleep, a comatose state, but yet you don't know it because you think little Johnny, little Sam, little Sally, or little Sherry, or grandma, or great-grandma, or great-grandpa are in a comatose state. But no, you are as well. You're living on what we call one speck of sand, which is the earth. There's a vastness in which we have not yet tapped into, but yet before we realize the importance of tapping into it, we decay. Our bodies end up making bad copies of themselves. Subsequently, you get tumors and cancer, heart disease, strokes, diabetes, and all kinds of infirmities, but yet you think it's normal. Where am I going with this? I'm going somewhere that I think we must travel, not tomorrow, but today, and that is religion. Many of us have been following religion since we've known ourselves from the beginning of creation. There's been some form of religion to believe that someone's outside you that's going to come and save you and take you to a better place. For some of you that believe Mama Nim and Grandmama Nim and all the Nims have got their wings. For some of you that believe that literally Jesus walked on water and Moses literally parted the Red Sea. I want you all to begin to understand that's Muslims, Hindu, Buddhists, Christians, Jehovah's Witnesses, Baptists, Catholic. I want you to understand that there is something very important that you don't understand, and that is that you must awaken from your sleep. Because if you don't awaken, you will continue to follow a trajectory down the wide gate that lead to destruction, which is your grave, and not realize you had the potential and the ability to warp space and time at absolute zero, but yet you didn't know that it was possible because you had not the knowledge to be able to understand that it was possible. The Bible specifically says my people are destroyed because of the lack of knowledge. Knowledge, literal, is power. Tell me what you think, I'll tell you how much knowledge you have. Many of you are following occultists. You think Jim Jones back in Guyana, with 900 plus people, committed suicide after drinking that poison. David Koresh, Helter Skelter. Many of you don't realize that you're following a cult. The vast majority, if not practically all of these churches, are unfortunately a form of darkness. And I'm going to tell you why. You may not think they are. I didn't think they were until you reach a level of mind to know that you didn't know. Subsequently, you now begin to understand that now that is the case. The key is to keep you from awakening, because once you awaken, you're going to begin to realize that you are seeking to find and become whole yourself. You are predestined to become one with the truth. You are predestined to become Alpha and Omega, first and the last. You are. You're saying, well, are we capable of becoming God? God is not a person. God is a perfected sound above every sound, above every algorithm. God is a perfected light where there's no blemish, where there's no grave clothes. And as a result of you reaching that level of understanding, in other words, the cells that are literally mutating will reconfigure themselves and go in the opposite direction of hell on earth. We are in trouble. We're paying these pastors thousands upon thousands of dollars, thinking they have heard from God, thinking they are serving the one and only, but yet they all fight amongst each other, lavishing lifestyles, beautiful cars, beautiful homes, beautiful jets, etc. But yet they're still perishing. Their body's still riddled with cancer, Alzheimer's, dementia. And those that they're teaching are no different than them. The blind are leading the blind. If we don't wake up in this season, if you don't begin to understand the LHC, Large Hadron Collider in Bern, Switzerland, that 17-mile racetrack that's underground that they're using to literally cause photons to crash together to see if they can create a ripple in space and time, is what we are supposed to be doing based upon what we look out and encode. But it's being encoded in your mind. And as a result, you see it outside yourself, but yet it's in yourself. The kingdom is in you. You must reach a higher level of awareness, mind. I'm talking about your prefrontal cortex, hippocampus, or amygdala, whatever they called it. You know, these neurosurgeons and these cosmologists and astrophysicists and doctors and lawyers, etc. These people have not a clue that they have not a clue. But yet, at one point, I didn't have a clue. I thought I was following the path of righteousness. I was following the path straight to hell, didn't know it until I began to wake up. But the vast majority, if not 99.9999% of the people that are living on the face of this earth are following deception. The graveyard is full of them. We must reverse the laws of thermodynamics and cause the actual particle, which they say waveform, or if it's solid, it must literally create a ripple in the fabric of space and time, and subsequently you will fuse at the micro level and be able to see things face to face. Darkness wouldn't have a place to hide. Why? Because you now have the ability to see what you never seen before. May God give you strength to understand that you are literally trying to become what you never thought you can become, and that's one with the truth. And when they see you, they see in the Father. God bless.